If you had one thing to take to God with you when you died, what would you take?
I think people always wanted to know why.
It's just human nature.
Human beings need a reason for everything. It's part of the way we function. I often wondered about his motivation.
Sometimes I worry about him. It's a big job. Too much admin.
Because, you know, in the end, it all comes down to business. I think he's just a businessman. The bottom line just has to add up.
Business? Well, yeah, but, you know, there's more to it than that. I mean, business, you know, is such an umbrella term. I mean, what do you mean by business? I don't know. We talk a lot.
But business? No, not really.
I mean, he's a designer, you know, he's an architect. You know, there's a whole world out there.
Yeah, of course. I've heard people make the link. Architect.
Oh, she hates that. You hate that, don't you?
Well, it is a bit of a cliche.
I mean, for me, I know it's going against the grain, but, well, we both think.
He's just got such an amazing sense of humour.
He always makes us laugh.
Not always.
Well, no, not at first, but when you get the joke.
Well, that's just the nature of comedy. Getting the joke. If you don't get the joke, you're not going to laugh. But with him, his sense of humour's different. Humour relies on the audience recognising something. It's about recognition. With him, well, if it's humour, I'd say it's pretty elitist. Doesn't give a lot away. He keeps it close to his chest. He's the only one working with the whole picture. So, is that funny?
Got to be my beach hut.
The Wasteland by T.S. Eliot. Up until I was about 10, I always thought life was, well, pedestrian. All about clouds and weather and getting washing in before it rained. I thought, maybe this isn't going to work out for me. But that all changed. Any time you want, you can take time out. Sit down with some of the best minds in the world. Rub shoulders with anyone, from the greatest to the grisliest. So, for me, it's got to be a book. Maybe a library.
I know what you want me to say. Some kind of metaphor about puppets and strings. That kind of thing.
And you don't want to say that about puppets and strings?
There aren't any strings. Friendship's not like that.
Friendship?
I think things changed a lot for people after that camel thing. Before that, they were hung up on objects. Just one thing.
There's been a shift in perspective. People used to have that thing about the camel and the eye of the needle. So objects. Before the thing about the camel got, I don't know, deconstructed, there was so much speculation about who he was that everyone missed the point. No one thought you got to take anything with you.
It's not about objects. Not really. It's not about wealth.
My coffee in the morning, before the mad rush starts.
There's so many beautiful things that I could take. My son's book.
I often wonder about his motivation. I don't think you could really say it's about the thing that gives you the most pleasure. No, I wouldn't really say that. I think Mum was quite nervous about what to take.
But there was never any question. It had to be the bowl.
You see, every week Dad gave her the housekeeping. She put the money in the bowl. Every week before the week was out, she'd scraped all the pennies from the bottom. So every week she went to my dad and asked if he could put more in. But that just made him mad. He said it was all there was. She should think herself lucky. It went on for years. Eventually she got a job in the factory.
Got the keys and there's no one here.
And one day one of the other women said she had the keys to the office, and did Mum want to see Dad's wages slip? I don't think she ever got over it. Not really.
Why won't you just talk to me?
So, she's taking the bowl. You see, he's just a storyteller. That's all it is, really. Life, just a collection of stories.
And her story, do you think it's sad?
Sad? No. Not sad. No, it's just hers.